You can see what's on the screen. You know what that means. I fixed my paddle controllers. This is Super Breakout for the Atari 2600. This was one of those games I absolutely detested and hated as a kid, but now that I'm an adult, for some reason it's actually quite fun to me. This is a game that was, I think, by like Ed Rothberger or something like that, but it's actually based on the original Breakout, which was programmed by none other than Steve Wozniak. While Steve Jobs was a actual employee of Atari. So this is the sequel to that. This one's got, the way you can tell Breakout and Super Breakout apart on the 2600 is Super Breakout has the multicolored bands well separated, whereas regular Breakout it looks more like a rainbow after a rainstorm. Let's get started. This is the one with the neat little sounds on it. I'm absolutely ludicrously horrid at this game, probably, and probably going to do really badly, so let's see how well I do. There we go. I had to fix my paddles button. I didn't replace it, I just fixed it. Because it turned out the contact inside stopped working. Now it's fixed, it works. This is basically like Pong, but for one player, though you can have, I think, up to 4 players on Super Breakout. The key thing to Breakout for me is to follow the ball with the paddle. That's the real trick, and that's the part that a lot of people don't always catch with this game. Especially little kids. They don't really grasp the idea you need to follow that ball with your paddle, at least somewhat. I'm thinking about making an AMSR series where I play just video games like this over like soothing music. I think it would be a really cool concept. And the TV capture would make it really good for subduing the image. So, there we go. And usually by about this point here, once we start getting past the pink bands here, the ball will start to speed up. That's like the regular Breakout methodology. Yep, you see, there it goes. Now I really gotta concentrate. Oh shoot. Ah! That always veers off course and throws everyone off. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. We got a lot of miles out of that first ball. The button's still not as responsive as I'd like, but it works, so I'm not going to complain. It's not like I really need it in this game that much. And we're almost up to the fun part, which is when you get that ball hung up over the side, and you get to make a whole gaggle of annoying noises. And once you get on the top tier, your paddle gets smaller in size. At least you're playing on difficulty B like I am. So you can kind of see some of the holes in the programming, I think, here. In a way, this is the way Atari actually had like good value in their games, because they would actually provide you with the original game here, then the new engine, and then they create like a new version of it, and then they'd introduce you to the new version of it. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting some speed and tiny paddle action. We're actually not doing too bad here. This is going to be kind of like a part of the play till you die series with most of these Atari games, because that's pretty much what you do. This is the part where it gets really fun, because then you have to navigate not having to pop that ball all over the screen for like the next 10 minutes while you chase around the last few bricks. So we're probably going to keep that up until I lose the paddle. On some of these games, there's a way to actually screw up the trajectory of your ball a little bit. Okay, so there we go. I could probably keep doing this for like 20 minutes, so we're gonna probably just not waste our time with it too much. And there you go, that's how you know the round's over. So now we got these other rounds. This is a 2-player version of the same thing. Here's a 1-player version now with the dual paddles here. 2-player version with dual paddles. Now we got the dual paddles with the 3 balls. And a new sound. So let's play that. It's also kind of a neat way to get acquainted with the sounds the Atari's hardware can make. It makes the screen look like a chica beak with 2 eyes. Seriously. Scott Cawthon, get on that. Make a Super Breakout parody with FNAF characters in your next game. It would be hilarious. It's pizza time. I got my eyes on you. I mean, seriously, that is what it looks like here. We even make the eyes a part of the theme. She's like the pizza burglar. And the trick here when you have 2 balls is to keep them kind of in alternating rotation. Sort of like juggling. That's why this double paddle becomes useful. Now we have 3 more balls, and we'll see how much damage we can do with both of them. Now it sounds like the Philip Glass Orchestra or something here, or Mannheim Steamroller screwing with his new synthesizer. Yes, your sound engine is Giorgio Moroder's worst nightmare come true. Anyway. I actually am pretty good at this. I think the other biggest problem with Super Breakout when you're younger is that you don't really have the patience to learn it, because it's one of those games where you just sort of sit there and do stuff. But unlike FNAF, the stuff you're doing is just, well, boring if you're wanting something with more variety and just paddling a ball around the screen. There you go. You still have a ball left. I'm sure you've observed that. There you go. I am going to have to replace that button at some point, but it sounds like probably email to Best Electronics is in order. Yeah, Best Electronics, they were probably one of the longest running Atari parts companies you can find. Yeah, the contacts aren't the greatest in this thing. But we hacked it together enough to get it to last for this video at the very least. Now we're just going to circle around those last 5 bricks. This is always the... someone should make a meme about this. Going at those last few bricks in a game of Super Breakout. Yeah, are we going to hit anything this time? Nope. Because now you can just circle around the screen for a long time and not hit anything. And that was that round. The next round up we have... This is a fun one. This is the one with the colored bars that go down the screen as you go. Now my button wants to play again. New sound effect that sounds kind of like a high-pitched banjo. Uncle Bubba's drunk. We got them electronic there banjo. Yeah, Uncle Arlo gave him a whole entire vat of moonshine. He thinks he sees colored bars in the sky. Now that would be funny. Add that to a freaking movie. That'd be for That'd be for like a Cheech and Chong movie, actually. Hey man, look at the redneck freaking out. See him sitting there thinking he's controlling a paddle and a ball with a banjo playing Super Breakout in the sky. That would be a messed up concept. I'm sure they could come up with a better concept. The nice thing about this one is you don't just end up paddling around, though, forever. Oh, come on. I'm recording. Gonna have to cut that section out. Anyway, let's see here. This game is really addicting. There, we're just kicking them off. Now it gets more aggressive. Oh, that was musical there. I should sample that. Sounded like it was about to start Turn Me Loose. Oh, man. And I just had like sweat drop in my eye. There we go. It kind of sounds like a guitar if you think about it. Yeah. Edward Van Halen's Ghost is providing us with the soundtrack. Oh, probably more in line with Buckethead. Anyway, so there we go. Now this is game 8. Let's see what this is. So in this one, this is... This is like the kids' version, I think. Because this would have come out right around the time... This came out in 1981, so this was right around the time Atari started putting like kid variations in their games. Yeah. So, kind of just moving back and forth. We'll see what happens. It seems to stay, this variant probably stays easier and it stays the same size. Oh, come on. Go up there. And we're going up again, another level. And then we're going up another level. Gone are the colored bands. Anyway, we got that going on. This is the square wave sound. I would almost like to see someone try and make an Ultima game for freaking Atari. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, this must be the... Yeah, this is the kids game because it stays the same speed. We've already hit the blue layer and the paddle's the same size and it's still moving at slow speed. This is also the relaxational game too. So I can just kind of kick back and just sort of bat the ball around for a while. This is one of those games that gets really, really addicting, to be honest. knock a hole in the corner. As you can see, the nice thing about it is it kind of gives us a little more, I have to be really extreme with this button, I think. Really, really extreme. It's bouncing around the screen all over the place. There we go. Now it's starting to respond a little bit. We're gonna push that up there. We're gonna try to get that ball right up there, because I don't want to spend too much time on these Atari videos. I'm also doing these for my website, so then people can, see the games I have and what I'm doing with them, or how I play, or whatever. These are just getting embedded in there. That site's NeoCities, creepingnet.neocities.org. NeoCities is kind of like a new version of GeoCities that's made to do a retro style website. And I think I did a good job of merging retro with modern doing that site. So I'm gonna kinda here you go. I tend to be a bit random with my website like I am here. It's just whatever I feel like talking about or writing about that day. Kinda like websites were in the 90s. Anyway, we're gonna try to get a good zigzag going here. Try and make some stuff happen, and probably one of the longest Atari vids here. Here we go. This should hit something. What? Alright, let's try and hit that again. Dead on. There we go. There we go. Now we got that one. Here we go. Now we're getting some. I used to play this round when I was 8. There we go. Bango. Bango. Yeah. For some reason I associate this game with the Centrum Silver label, which is weird that I'm somehow referencing elderly health supplements while talking about a game that generally is only played by older folks who like puzzle strategy skill games like this. Of course, I'm getting upon that age myself, so it would make sense. Make yourself a salad with some Newman's Own dressing after you take your Centrum Silver and then play Super Breakout. Of course, Wii Sports probably replaced all that when the Wii came out. Seriously? Yeah, we're going to be batting this ball around this screen probably forever now. So I'm just going to kind of just sit here and be as lazy with it as I possibly can. Maybe we'll even get to show what happens when you actually clear a board. Who knows? This is like fishing. We're just sitting here with the reel, trying to catch a ball. There was a version where you could like catch the ball, and that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't think it's happening, so we're gonna try to do something extreme here that screws with it. Yeah, my paddle is not jittering. This is me literally doing the paddle back and forth to make this more exciting. It's probably really good for it. Yeah, this is not getting very exciting at all, is it? Yeah, I could just sit here all day and do this. Anyway, 9-2. We're back to 1. So that is Super Breakout for the Atari 2600. And this is CreepingNet signing out. See you in the next video.